Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Parsons High School. Tony Fuentes, Scott Marlowe here. And we are ready for action on the girls' side. Lady Vikes come into this matchup 1-3. Lady Tigers come in 3-0. And Lady Vikes got their first win during the tournament this last week, defeating Wichita Collegiate here at home. They did lose to Mulvane at Mulvane and lost to Circle at Circle. And Scott, I think the Lady Vikes have spurts of greatness, but I just don't think the consistency is quite there. I'm hoping by the end of the year that, they're clicking on all cylinders, but I think they play quarters of games that are really good, and then they have quarters that aren't as good.
Yep.
And I think that's what gets them in trouble.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tall task. It's tough opening up your SEK season against a very talented, very experienced Fort Scott squad, who I believe is ranked 7th in 4A, and they're gonna win a lot of games in the league. They're going to win a lot of games this season, so it's going to be a heck of a challenge tonight for the Lady Vikes.
Yeah, the Fort Scott Tigers have 5 seniors. They've got 5'6" senior Rayleigh Cowan, 5'6" senior Abby Gorman, 5'9" senior Claire McElroy, 5'9" senior Aubrey Yarrick, and 5'9" senior J.C. Rogers. And all those names, if you've been listening to the Lady Viking basketball the last 4 years, you've heard those names because those girls have been playing a lot.
Yep.
Their sophomore year, their junior year, and now into their senior year, and they're good, especially the Yarrick girl.
Yes. Yeah.
I know she lit us up last year. I want to say she lit us up at Fort Scott 2 years ago as a sophomore. So, they can score in bunches, and that's what the Lady Vikes need to get, is to where you score in bunches instead of sporadically.
Right.
So
yeah, a little more consistency on the offensive end. And Tony, you're talking about all the names that we've been calling and that our listeners have been hearing for several years. One they haven't heard and that I haven't heard, but we're probably going to hear a lot of over the next 4 years, that freshman Braylon Marlowe that we just watched in the JV game. She looked
outstanding.
She looked like she's good enough to be getting some varsity minutes, so we may see her tonight.
At some point, and you never know.
So
Lady Vikes will start senior Cadence Ball, senior Braylon Hinman Mitchell, sophomore Ayana Robertson, junior Alex Stoneberger, and freshman Brenna Kramer getting the start tonight. So Lady Vikes will start freshman, a sophomore, a junior, and 2 seniors. And as we said, the Lady Fort Scott Tigers are going to start all 5 of their seniors, Scott, and all 5 of them are solid players.
Yeah.
You don't find very often a team that has a starting squad of 5 seniors very often that all 5 of them are really, really good.
Yeah.
And I feel like this Fort Scott Lady Tiger team is going to be impressive. So I hope the Lady Vikes are up for the task. I know Coach Lyons said that they've been working hard at practice, working on little things to get better. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Fort Scott with those 5 seniors in the starting lineup, they're not going to beat themselves. They've been playing together forever. And hopefully the Lady Vikes can come out and hold their own. And well, we've said this before, Tony, when you're the underdog, if you could just figure out a way to keep it close.
Exactly.
Man, then all of a sudden, a little bit of doubt starts to creep in, but, to that, when somebody's a heavy favorite, and it makes a difference.
I feel like was it 2 years ago we did that to Chanute?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just drove them crazy.
Yep.
And, stranger things have happened. So, but the Lady Vikes are ready to tip this one off. That's going to end the Tank Connection pregame talk. And Ayana Robertson and McElroy. And the Lady Vikes get the tip. Here's Stoneberger with it. It goes out of bounds.
Yep.
Was that off the Lady Vikes?
Yeah, it was tipped by Fort Scott, but then tipped by Ball right before it went out of bounds.
So tough break for Lady Vikes. And here comes Rayleigh Cowan. Little shot clock. Or
Yep.
some pom trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a little. Whenever the dust kickers are out on the court, I think some part of the pom-poms came off, and referee's picking them up. So J.C. Rogers gets it into Cowan. Now up to McElroy. McElroy with it on the wing.